So lots of other things that I do around sports season. We do this chili and we'll serve all kinds of things with it. We'll put a big condiment tray out with olives and pickled jalapenos and cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack and sour cream. And then along with that, we'll put some tortillas out, flour and corn, so you can really make a chili taco. We'll put some shredded lettuce and tomato, so you get one dish that you get quite a number of dishes out of, and it really works out well. You serve it in a bowl where you let people eat a little bit of the chili. We serve it with some bread. Actually, in San Antonio, Texas, the restaurant was so simple that you got a big bowl of chili, you got a Dr. Pepper in the bottle, the old style long neck Dr. Pepper, and 2 slices of white bread. And I think that's what reminded me of the Blues Brothers movie, because in that same restaurant scene, they go in and somebody orders like 2 whole fried chickens. I can't remember if it was Dan Aykroyd or John Belushi. And the other one orders dry white toast. So when they take the order and they go in the back to tell, I think it was, I forget if it was Matt Guitar, Murphy, or someone that they were trying to get. He says, we've got 2 crazy crackers out there, and they're ordering this crazy stuff. And one guy wants 2 whole fried chickens, and he says, Jake. And he says, the other guy wants Elwood. He says, and the other guy wants, and he finishes, dry white toast. Elwood. And he goes out and he sees his old friends, and you know, he knows who they are by what they eat. And I guess a lot of people know one another by the same thing. Surely people know me by what I eat, but that's pretty broad range because I eat just about everything. So my onion sauce is looking great. I want to give it a little taste. Oh yeah, I think it needs a little bit more pepper. Naf always said, put enough pepper in it. It's amazing how you remember simple foods. They're really the heart and soul of food foundations, and they'll stay with you for the rest of your life. So I left my spoon over there for the onion sauce. I got a fresh spoon for the chili, just so I'm not double dipping anything. We'll give that a taste, see if that needs any salt or pepper. You can certainly heat this up at the end. You could heat it up in the very beginning, but I find making it fairly mild and allowing people to heat it up at the end with either Tabasco sauce or hot pepper flakes gives them really the option to have it any way they want, and it appeals to a much larger crowd. A little bit more chili powder. And some fresh cracked pepper. Now my Uncle Tommy used to make a really good chili also. And after he passed away, I asked his daughter, who happens to be my godmother, just how he made the chili. And she found a recipe where it had been written down. But I do remember asking him the most important question, and that was how he got the meat so fine. Well, he told me, I never had the recipe, but I do remember asking him that, because that was always one thing that puzzled me. I figured, well, I could always get the ingredients. He would put the meat in there and finely mash it with a fork. And mash it until that meat was almost a paste. And then he would add all his other ingredients. And it was just a very nice, delicious chili. Actually, he was a fireman in Jersey City. And when he passed away, I hate to keep talking about people that passed away, but we remember them based on food. Oh, boy. Look at this. Let this cool down a minute. When he passed away, there was a neighbor of my parents that came over and was asking all kinds of questions, you know, what can I do? Can I help out in any way? Do you need anything? And he was a fireman also. And at one point, I asked him, you know, why he was so intent on helping. I've got a couple of hot dogs. You know, I couldn't do the onion sauce without cooking up a couple of hot dogs. So I asked him, I said, you know, why are you so intent on almost giving back? And he said, you don't understand. He said, your uncle and I were in a fire together, and he said part of the roof collapsed and everyone was ordered out of the building. He said, your uncle came back against orders and pulled me out. He said, so hadn't he done that, he said, I wouldn't be here today. So it really made me feel a whole lot different toward my uncle. You know, loving uncle you see every day, and all of a sudden, you know, the guy becomes a hero in your eyes, and you kind of never thought about that before. Here's our wonderful chili. I've got our hot dog with the wonderful onion sauce. Let me put some cheddar cheese on the top of that. We'll just put it all. Like I said, this isn't the healthiest of meals, but we'll only do this once or twice a year. Now, I want to grab this roll and just kind of take a slice so I can put it off to the side, and that's what we would do with that, is to serve that with some Kaiser rolls. We'll probably have to cook it a hair more to crisp up that bacon. But, you know, just a couple of simple sports type foods that we would do at our house. All this can be done ahead of time. This can be rewarmed. Once we slice it, we'll serve it with little Kaiser rolls, and we'll make nice sandwiches with that. You can serve it with more barbecue sauce. You can really slather it with chili. I sometimes like to put a little coleslaw on top and then a little barbecue sauce. It makes the most incredible sandwich. So we have our wonderful chili. Again, you put all the other condiments. I just simply put some cheddar cheese, and you can see it's actually just starting to kind of melt into the chili. Of course, I'd put a big bottle of Tabasco sauce out with that, and some hot pepper flakes. Our hot dogs, which I just served up in a plate, because you know what, you might want to eat them half with the onion sauce and half with some chili. And our wonderful heartbreak, heart attack sausage and bacon roll. So enjoy all this for all your sporting events. My name is David Martone. I'm the executive chef at Classic Thyme in Westfield, New Jersey. Happy cooking.